Any further action by you will be deemed as an act of revenge. Have a nice day.
Sir, the case has not been dismissed by the prosecutor. Are you leaving?
I'll have one for him in a couple of weeks, Your Honor.
And sir, you're not allowed to leave at this time. A warrant will be issued for your arrest if you leave.
Well, that would be on you.
Well, you'll be arrested, sir. This is a criminal action.
And you will go to jail. You have been served. That is a federal case that was filed this past Tuesday. It was mailed to your house yesterday. It should be waiting for you when you get home this afternoon or tomorrow.
Sir?
I'm done. You know, you have not listened to a word I've had to say about anything. I've asked you about the jurisdiction, the venue, and everything else, and all you've done is ignored me, tell me, well, I have jurisdiction. Well, the court cannot confer jurisdiction upon itself. He has failed to do so.
And I gave you a month's continuance so that you...
I never asked for a continuance. This is the third one. I don't consent to this. I didn't consent when you put a plea in for me. I did not consent to when you put in a trial by jury for me. I do not consent. I am done. If you have anything to say to me, we'll say it in court. Have a nice day.
And we are in court, sir, and if you're going...
What court is that?
Okay, hold on.
No, what court is that? Is this a city court, a municipal court, a state court?
You're going to... I will let you speak if you let me speak.
I've let you speak.
Okay?
For 3 months I've let you speak.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Okay.
Mr. Nye, as I quote, Mr. Nye, I'm not going to answer any more of your questions. You couldn't even tell me what the nature and cause of the charges were. I asked you if this court had adopted the Administrative Procedures Act, and you didn't know what that is. Are you not familiar with the Missouri Revised Statutes?
And you're not a lawyer, sir. You don't know.
I don't need to be a lawyer. And yes, I did study law. I studied law for 4.5 years.
Where?
Cornell.
Okay. Sir, I'm going to read you the charge once again.
Okay.
The City of Liberty has alleged that on May 16, 2008, that you operated a vehicle without a valid driver's license.
May I see that?
Certainly. Do you want a copy of it?
No, I'd just like to see it.
If you'd like a copy, I will...
You verified this, Tom? Okay, so you're gonna be the witness and the prosecutor in this case?
No, by signing it, that's the charging document.
So where's the verified complaint? This is a criminal act, right? Okay. There are 2 jurisdictions allowed in the criminal act. One is under common law. There has to be a damaged party, and there has to be a grand jury indictment. The other one falls under a culpable criminal admiralty, civil, I don't know what jurisdiction. So which jurisdiction is this court going to try me under?
I am on this case because the city has alleged you violated an ordinance.
Okay, so produce the city.
Rule 37.
I want to see the city.
Mr. Tom McGiffin is representing the city.
You're representing, and who makes up the city? Who makes up the city?
Sir, he doesn't have to answer your questions.
No, nobody thinks they have to answer my questions. And that's why I filed a federal lawsuit. Okay, are you familiar with 18 U.S.C. 241?
Sir, I'm not going to go in and talk to you about a potential lawsuit that you've said you filed against me.
You've been served. It's in the mail.
I don't know. Sir, you've handed me a packet of papers and given me no time to look at this. I am not going to comment on any papers that you've handed me in court. Sir, you sent me some paperwork.
I've sent you a lot of paperwork.
Yes, right, and I'm going to talk to you about one of those, in which you talked about a lawyer. Have you talked to anyone about this case?
Nobody has bothered to tell me to seek an attorney.
Okay, when you were arraigned, I told you you had a right to a lawyer.
No, you didn't.
It's one of my standard things, unless you...
Really?
I did.
How come you didn't refute or rebut the affidavits?
I don't have to refute or rebut.
Well, a maximum of law is an unrefuted, unrebutted affidavit remains as truth in fact, truth in law, truth in commerce.
Sir, I cannot contact you outside of court, okay? I can only contact you or have any kind of communication with you when the other party is present. Just like I cannot talk to Mr. McGiffin about your case without you being present.
Then why was he walking back into the court, to the full court?
We did not talk about your case, sir.
I don't know what you talked about.
Okay, we did not talk about your case, sir. So, I want you to know, charged with the offense of operating a vehicle without a valid driver's license. You have the right to a trial on that charge, and further, you have the right to a trial by jury. So that's the possible sentence for the charge is 1 day to 90 days in it'd be the Liberty Jail, or a fine of up to $500. I want you to know, and I'm reading the form here, which is the waiver of counsel, that any recommendations of prosecuting attorney or other prosecuting officials are not binding on the judge, and that any recommendations may or may not be accepted by the judge. If you plead guilty or are found guilty of the charge, the judge may impose a sentence of confinement. If you are indigent and unable to employ an attorney, you have the right to request that I appoint an attorney to represent you in your defense. Do you understand that, sir?
I don't consent to these proceedings, and I remain silent at this point. I'm not signing anything. You've already been served. I'm done.
Okay. This matter is set for trial. Do you have the jury instructions, sir?
Your Honor, as I filed with the court and sent to Mr. Knight a request for continuance, our officer is unavailable on that date. The matter has not been continued previously by the city. It's the first setting.
No, you continued it the first time on October 10th. October 20th.
Correct. It's never been set for trial other than the first setting, which is March 30th. I apologize to the court. The officer looked at his schedule, indicated that was fine, but then far in advance of the court date, it informed me that he is out of town doing training in New York that has been paid for, and that giving the court sufficient notice, hopefully, that a request for continuance would be granted in light of Mr. Knight's filing of federal court actions or his concern about whether he's been read his rights, given an opportunity to talk to an attorney. I would ask the court to continue the matter, set it for trial at a later date.
Can you discuss me on the point of where you were presenting? In 3 words.
I will have to consent to these proceedings. Well, have a nice day.
Sir, you're not free to go at this time. I will entertain any motion to dismiss that you want to file so that I can know what grounds you want me to dismiss it on. Right now, you give vague terms that the court has no jurisdiction.
Lack of procedure.
And I need to know, you can't say these broad terms. I need to know specifically so that the city can then try to rebut that.
I have not received a verified complaint regarding these charges.
Okay? And all I can tell you is the only thing that I have, the city has alleged, is this ticket. And if you would like a copy, I'll be more than happy to make you a copy, sir.
Does that autograph signature there, does that match what's on the court records or on the documents that I gave you?
Are you talking about your signature, Tom Giffen's signature?
Mine. Supposedly the person that signed that, okay, does that match what's on the?
I don't know.
Have you bothered to look?
No, sir. I have not compared your signature to anything that's been filed.
Well, would you please do that now?
For what purpose?
I'm not a corporation. I can write my name.
Okay. And I don't understand why a person doesn't have to sign the ticket. And
So it's a form of taxation without representation.
I'm sorry?
No, never mind. You wouldn't understand it anyway.
Okay. Well, sir, you just covered your mouth with your hand. I just...
No, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking.
Okay. So, sir, the city has requested a continuance. Do you object to that?
Well, I have no objection. You do whatever you want to.
Okay. The city has requested a continuance. If there's no objection, that will be granted. April 27th?
That's there, Your Honor.
So do you have any objections to April 27th?
Oh, go for it.
Okay. April 27th. 27th at 9 a.m. for a jury trial.
But you won't be overseeing it.
Pre-trial. April 10th at 9 a.m. Instructions are due by the city of Defendant.
I'll have that prepared.
By April 10th? Yeah, I've got some jury instructions of my own.
Excellent. Can you bring them that day then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sir, again, I'm asking you to seek counsel or to fill out a form to see if you're eligible for me to appoint a lawyer to represent you.
Why do I need to be represented? I'm already here.
No, represent it. To have a lawyer represent you.
Yeah, what, a fiction of myself? Only, you know, there's an old saying that only a fool would represent themselves.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, that is because only a fool would represent a fiction of themselves. I'm very familiar with how the legal system works. In fact, if I told you my thoughts on the legal system, you'd probably get really, really offended.
And so let me tell you, I had an individual on a jury trial this week. His position through the entire case was that judges were corrupt, all lawyers were corrupt.
Oh, no. Well, let's look at it from the standpoint of, okay, what's a court? You play tennis and racquetball on a court. How do you play tennis and racquetball? Well, you play with a racket because that's what it is.
And I'm just telling you that this week I had I had a defendant that was in court, and that was his position the entire time. And I tried to get him a lawyer, and he said, I don't trust lawyers, I don't want a lawyer. By the end of the day, you know, he understood what was going on. He said, I'm sorry I said things about you, you seem like a nice person. So, I'm not trying to railroad you, sir. If you want to...
You already have.
Okay. If you want to file a motion to dismiss, I will be more than happy to take that up, sir.
Then which court do I file that motion with? You know, I tried to get the court records from November 10th, and I went downstairs and asked the county clerk, you know, if I could get a copy of the court records. She says, oh, you got to go to the city. I go over to the city tells me, oh, you got to go over to the county. The county doesn't have this case on file.
That's correct, sir.
I have no idea where I'm supposed to be filing motions or notices into, who I'm supposed to be in the charges. The city's bringing the charges, the city can't try the case and be a party to it too. It's a conflict of interest. Cinema 5 Limited versus Cinerama Incorporated. Yeah, 1977 case, I believe it was.
I want you to know that I completely understand your frustration and not knowing where to file a document.
I've covered that with you.
Okay? There is no county file. Anything that is to be filed has to be done so at the City of Liberty.
Okay, so the City of Liberty is bringing the charges and trying the case too, is that correct?
I will try the case as the judge.
For the City of Liberty?
Well, not...
You're being paid by the City of Liberty to try this case?
No, sir. No, sir. I do not receive any extra money from the city to try this case. Because I am employed by the state of Missouri. If a judge recuses themselves, or if there is a change of judge with the city, that goes to the county then. Unless there is another city judge. And in Liberty, there is not another city judge, so then it comes up here to me. The other times I get municipal cases is if someone is found guilty in municipal court, and then they do a appeal to a de novo to me.
Yes. I'm familiar with a trial de novo, yes.
Okay. So that's...
I haven't put in for a trial de novo. I don't even know if this is a continuing case from 7 years ago, or if this is a new charge. I mean, did you file this case after the statute of limitations that already run out for the state law? Why aren't the...
Sir, if you want to take up... you may have excellent points...
I'm going to end up putting him